I promise this is a post-game show for the Coyotes and not for the World Juniors. However, of course, we're going to talk about it.
It's okay.
Dylan Guenther, the golden goal.
Yeah, we're not calling him Spicy Dill anymore. We're calling him Golden Guenther.
Golden Guenther. I like it. The second Coyote in a few years to score a game-winning goal for Team Canada in the World Juniors. Not a big deal.
H was a game tire, but that's okay. It was still a ginormous goal.
A very impactful goal.
Huge.
Wait.
What?
I think the Americans are getting called for another goalie interference. Easy, Turbo.
Oi! Clayton Keller is a third-time NHL All-Star. And the Coyotes lose their 11th straight road game, 6-2 to the Philadelphia Flyers. That also happened. But everybody, thank you so much for tuning in to the PHNX Coyotes postgame show, brought to you by the one and only DraftKings Sportsbook app, America's top-rated sportsbook app. Don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe wherever you get your podcasts, and leave us a 5-star review. I'm Leah Merrill, very happy right now, here with Craig Morgan, who was cheering for Czechia, and Steve Peters, who was ready to get this show on the road. Let's crack open some Four Peaks beer in celebration of Team Canada's win, Dylan Guenther's goal. Oops. Logan Cooley scored in the bronze medal game, Team USA taking home bronze. So a lot of big games for the...
Both Coyotes prospects are bringing home medals.
Yeah. And both Coyotes prospects scored today.
Yeah, and played well.
Yep.
Yeah, so
cheers, everybody.
I can drink to that at least.
It's okay that Canada won.
Is it?
I mean,
it's fine. Dylan Guenther scored 2 goals.
But I know we're gonna have to talk about this, but no shit. Like, really? Look at the roster they put together out there. Like, really? If they don't win, that's a news story.
Yeah.
Like Connor Bedard, Shane Wright. It's just ridiculous the amount of talent they had on that team.
At least we know.
So I mean,
at least we know when goaltender interference is clearly defined, right? It's when Canada's involved.
When Canada's
in an international
when it goes against
game
Canada
of
in their home arena.
Oh, now we know what it is.
Now we understand it.
Now we got it.
No, but we said it before the tournament. They're going to win.
Yeah, we did.
Like, here's my surprise face. Okay, let's move on.
You got to give it up for Czechia. Beat Canada the first time they played them. Took them to overtime. Tied this game
Scored
up
2
with
goals
2
in the
late
last 5
goals.
minutes. Great.
And then, let's play a skills competition 3-on-3. Come on, IAHF.
Why is that not 5-on-5?
It's got to be 5-on-5. This is not hockey.
Yeah, it should
play
be 5-on-5. I get
5-on-5.
it. I do get it for the bronze medal, and I do get it for the other game. I get it.
Yes.
You got time constraints. You got a game coming up after. Buddy, I get it.
Medal.
That game can go all goddamn night. Play 5-on-5 hockey. It's the world championship.
It's almost like taking the World Cup to PKs. Oh, wait. Oops.
I think they did that.
Oops.
Never mind. And the Coyotes lost.
And the Coyotes lost.
The Coyotes lost.
Again.
Who are they playing, Petey?
Honestly, I wasn't sure because of the uniforms, but I did find out later it was Philly.
Oh my gosh. We have a lot to talk about today, clearly. And I know the World Junior game was the most recent thing to happen, but we will talk about this Coyotes game.
We're going to talk about Emma?
And Sean is actually not behind the Mac tonight.
Sean, yeah. And it's not because he's in Buffalo yet, because he's not.
No.
It's not because he's been replaced. Yeah,
he's got basketball.
I must say hi to the people.
I don't know what to say.
Just hi.
That's it.
Hi.
Say hi, Emma.
That's Emma. Yeah.
Hi, Emma.
Is she the only employee here that is not in front of the camera?
Yes.
Because all the other producers are on at least 1 show, and Shane's on 4.
Yeah.
Isn't he on 4?
He's
3.
on 3. 4.
I've never been on camera before.
There you go. So there's
One
Emma.
day.
Emma
One
does
day.
a fantastic job. She'll be
She
great.
does. She does.
She'll fill in.
And
Shane, we miss you, but Emma's
Shane?
got this. Did I say Shane?
You did.
Shane, sorry. That was subliminal.
Did
I
you
miss
hear
Shane.
that, Sean?
lot of aspersions coming your way, buddy.
I said I miss Shane.
DP is here.
no.
DP is in studio,
See,
but
now,
has to do the Sun
so
Double
Shane,
show.
hopefully
ASU is
Shane's
playing,
listening because that's subliminal.
Emma has
He's at
kindly
the game
filled
though
in.
too, right?
Probably do a better job.
Let's get this game over. They
Let's
lost.
talk about the game so then we can talk about everything else that we'd rather talk about than this 6-2 loss. Hey, good for the tank. The tank, it's back. It's back on track.
Tank is back hard.
It's back.
All right,
They
Leah,
did-
drive
But
the
you know what,
bus,
though?
'cause I don't know where we're going.
Just
Go
how
ahead.
about-
If they lose
Craig,
tomorrow,
just stay quiet for like a few minutes.
if they lose tomorrow, tomorrow is a huge loss.
That's driving the bus.
Tomorrow is a huge loss. Like this was
They
Philly.
have
They
to
had to
lose
lose. We
tomorrow.
said they had on this road trip. They had to lose to Philadelphia and they have to lose to Chicago.
They have to lose
They're
tomorrow.
not catching the Blackhawks.
But it doesn't matter. They have to lose tomorrow. They can catch. Craig and I ran tankathon simulations today right before the game, or I
Yeah?
did. Fifth,
Yeah.
second, fifth, second, sixth,
Really?
second,
Can I chime in?
fifth,
Am I allowed to
fifth.
speak?
Yes, you may speak.
Okay. I've run 30 simulations, and the Coyotes have not won in any of those simulations.
See, that's even rigged?
So
I think so. Tankathon's in
So
on it now.
I'm-
Tinfoil hat, Tankathon is
Tankathon's
in
in
with
on it.
So
Gary
I'm not
Bettman.
saying that the Coyotes are going to catch Chicago, but I'm saying that right now where they are, they're landing the fifth
Yeah, clearly they're not going to
pick.
get it from there.
So they have to
Get
keep
worse.
falling.
But you just saw what Columbus did tonight.
Yeah.
Columbus can't win a game either. Anaheim doesn't need to win games to get multiple All-Stars, apparently. They're just going to finish with like 37 points and have 3 All-Stars because it's the Anaheim Ducks and the NHL's in love
How
with
can the
their
Anaheim
players.
Ducks get 2 All-Stars?
I
by the way?
have no idea.
They don't
Nobody
yet,
see
by the
that.
way. Calm down. Troy Terry is in, but
Scary Terry.
Trevor Zegras. Well, we need Zegras on the. You really? They need
Nope.
2?
Nope.
Really?
Nope.
Nope.
But those 3 teams are finishing 1, 2, 3. I'm
Leah, can we
telling you.
talk about this
Telling
game
you.
and get it over with?
Nobody saw me spill beer just now.
Again?
hmm
On the more
Mm.
furniture?
No, did I once
your
again?
sweater?
I once again saved the
Where
more
is the
furniture.
beer?
It's on the floor.
Okay.
Just
Well,
don't
that's a
worry
good
about it.
spot for
Don't
it.
worry
Okay.
about it. Yeah, let's talk about this game.
Kids.
This is the part where we make Craig sit and drink his beer because otherwise he's gonna keep
This
derailing
is the part
us.
where we talk about the game.
Yes, let's talk about it. Let's get it over with so we can talk about everything else. So let's get into
I'm
the
gonna make a
numbers
call.
so
yeah,
we
let's
can
go by the numbers.
go
Let's-
by the numbers. We can, go from there. Coyotes only had 23 shots
Yeah, hey,
tonight.
what's up? Milk and bread?
Craig's on the phone.
Milk and bread, sure. Yep.
Philadelphia outshot Arizona 11-5 in the first, 19-9 in the second. The Coyotes actually came back and outshot them in the third period. Not enough. And Coyotes' only power play chance was in that third period as well while they were already down. No success there. Philadelphia capitalizing on 2 of 3 of their power plays. It's just not going to get it done. And this kind of feels like deja vu, a 6-2 final. That's kind of how this season started. That's where we thought this was going. I'm perfectly fine to be back here, but this is just, on the other hand, we've seen this team be more competitive, more scrappy than they were tonight.
Okay, there's a few things here. The shots on goal, we're used to it. It's totally fine. We're okay with getting outshot. Matter of fact, they're more successful when they get outshot. The problem I have with this team, I'll tell you what, we talk about the 2 for 3 on the power play for Philly. Let's address those penalties because we talk about you get a roughing, you get a slashing, you get a tough physical penalty. This is 2 penalties over the glass and too many men on the ice. That is doing it to yourself again. Like, those are 2 preventable penalties that they did to themselves again. And I tell you what, this too many men on the ice thing is getting ridiculous. It's absolutely, like, how do you take league leading too many men on the ice penalty, Craig? And you know what I think it is?
Buddy? You gonna stir the pot?
You know what I think it is?
It's that crazy 11-7 line.
And who is the guy that's headed to the bench that 2 guys jumped on for? Clayton Keller. And Clayton Keller is the guy that's most often double shifted. So is it a surprise that people are confused when Keller's coming to the bench on who should be up next? I don't know. I mean, maybe it was tinfoil hat time, but it is surprising to me that it's most often a forward, and it is it's Clayton Keller going to the bench. He plays on 2 different lines. So you think people might be confused?
There it is.
But that's the difference of the game. It's the difference of the game. They scored 25 seconds into the period on the puck over the glass penalty by Valimaki, and then they score again on the too many men on the ice penalty.
Mm-hmm.
And this game gets out of hand. Philly scores 5 in the second. Their rush was too much. They turned the puck over too much. Same thing we say every game. I'm going to just replay these shows so I don't have to come to work. Too many dumb penalties and turn over the puck too much. And then we'll just put in the name Philadelphia. We can just edit the name of the team in so I don't have to come in. Okay, I'm done.
Okay.
It's all positive from
One
here
thing
on
we
out.
need to talk
No,
about,
we don't
and I
have
know
to
you
be
wanted to talk
positive
about
yet.
this. It's funny. We're talking. They were going to announce the All-Stars tonight during the 2 intermissions of the game that was on ESPN. Caps, Jackets. We had a feeling it was going to be Clayton Keller, but we thought for a while Karel Vejmelka.
We talked about it on
deserves
Monday.
I said it in the
He's
All-Star
been-
show. I thought it should have been him. I did.
So let's look at the last 3 games.
How'd they go?
Not so well. 5 goals, 6 goals. Karel Vejmelka's struggling all of a sudden. So what do we make of this?
It feels like the second people outside of Arizona started talking about him, he started to struggle. Like, over the last 2 weeks or so, and I'm not saying this is the reason, I'm just saying, like, all of a sudden on national hockey podcasts I listen to, they're mentioning him on, trade deadline
Are they
previews.
going to trade him, right?
Yeah, and his name's getting thrown around. And I'm not saying this is the reason by any means. I'm just saying it's an interesting coincidence that this is now all happening. as everyone started to talk about him, because up until now, he's been the difference maker. He's been the reason.
He's the reason where they are.
He's the reason why they're where they are, and the Chicago is where they are, and it's not the other way around. Because of Kirill Vejmelka. And now he's starting to play like the Veggie we saw last season, who it was his first NHL season, who was up and down, who had some great games, but other games you couldn't quite depend on him. And this season, he kind of flipped the script, was that guy you could depend on, and now starting to
2 goals tonight. The rebound goal where he was basically in the corner.
He slid to
so
the
far
corner.
the net. That can't happen. And then the one that just trickled.
Tricks by him on a 1-on-3.
Yeah. 2 bad goals.
Yeah,
2 bad goals.
I'll first address the Watts. You're probably right. It's probably more communication than 11-7. I just like to pick on the 11-7 because I think it's hard to manage events that way, which may contribute to the bad communication. But on the Vejmelka side of it, this is the same thing we saw last year. This is the inconsistency that carried him through 82 games, and we said that he needed to clean up if he's going to move ahead in this North American game. And he had done that to this point. This team had lost games, and they had lost close games, and he's kept them in those games. These last 3 games, it felt to me like the Vejmelka from last year where you go, oh, shit, here we go again. And here's another one again, and another soft one. And he'd give up 1 or 2 soft ones a game. Last year, he hasn't done that this year. So now you got to start looking at why. And once you start looking at why, that's where a goalie gets concerned. Because it's such a mental game to play. You got to have the confidence first. And now you see these kind of numbers. It's hard to dig yourself out of that. And you know, is it one of those things? What got him back on track last year was playing somebody else. That somebody else happened to be Scott Wedgwood, who was also winning games. They don't have Scott Wedgwood this year. And there's nothing against Connor Ingram. It's just last year, Wedgie was on fire for this team. And I don't know if Connor's put up, he got a win and he's not what Wedgie did for this team.
No, he's not.
They need, in my opinion, and again, we know my opinion means nothing. It's one of those times where he probably needs to take a little break.
Well, the chat seems to concur with that
They
idea
do?
because Ogie said it's a it seems like it's a workload issue.
But they had the big break. It's that there's been rest recently.
Yeah, but maybe it's not even physical as much as it is mental.
Well, he's not going to play tomorrow in Chicago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he's going to get that one off. They're going to go home and travel.
Well, and they play back-to-backs for the next
And here's the problem in
weeks.
that, though,
seriously.
Leah. And this is one of the problems that the schedule maker has done to this Coyote team over and over and over again. They fly home from Chicago and land at 1 or 2 in the morning, get to their bed by 3 in the morning, and I know they're taking the next day off. That's Saturday. That's a wash. You're a zombie day. That next day is a zombie day. Should be 2, but not only are they playing on the second day, and most teams do get 2, by the way, and go check your schedule.
This
I'm
drove
not making
Rick
that shit
Tocchet
up.
crazy. He
Talk
would
would say
compare
he's the
them to
only
all
team
these
in
other
the
teams.
Pacific
Say,
Division.
look at this team. Look at this.
100%.
They all get 2 days. We get 1 day.
When they travel from the Eastern time zone.
Yes.
So they travel late. They get home at 2. Zombie days the next day, and Craig can verify those are zombie days. You're out of it, right? You're not in your regular routine. So it's the next day you need to catch up and get back into your routine. Well, they play at 5.
Yep.
Against
5.
Sidney Crosby.
Yeah, let's not only play at 5. Let's put you against Sidney Crosby. I mean, I hate to say it. That's where you're looking to throw Veggie in next, and he's not going to get any rest between now and then.
And they play Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday,
4 games a
Sunday.
week.
Yep.
For the next
no rest.
3 straight weeks.
Until the All-Star break.
Tuesday, Thursday,
With
Saturday,
back-to-backs.
Sunday. Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, Sunday.
Yep.
Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, Sunday.
And so what that means
And the last one's an
yes.
8:30 start.
Yeah.
Is Bill Murray on that schedule?
Yeah, Groundhog
Day. Yeah.
Hey,
Thanks,
are you proud
Leah.
of me
Good
for
reference.
getting a reference?
Proud
from,
of you for the reference.
Once
So
upon a
I'm
Phil.
concerned about what happens this month. And I know that fills into the tank, but I'm concerned about the goaltending in this month because of the back-to-backs, the 4 games in 7 nights over and over and over again. I'm concerned, and they need Veggie to be at his best if they're going to compete during these games, and I'm not sure that that's what they're going to get. And I know he can do it, and I know he'll swing back. It's just a matter of how long it's going to take for him to get his game back.
Roaring Fork makes a good point. The problem is so simple. It's the lack of mullet magic.
Well,
they've been
great at home.
Great at home, bad on the road.
Yeah.
And the problem is they're going to be at home a lot more than they're going to be on the road the rest of the season. So is the mullet magic going to live on? Is this, these struggles that they've had on the road going to translate to once they get home? I don't know. That's just for us to see.
11 straight losses on the road.
I agree with Gavin. 40 shots a night, but hasn't that been the theme of this team for the last 2 years?
They didn't give up that many tonight, did they?
They gave up 34.
They're 30 plus a night every night for 2 years straight.
Yeah.
I think Veggie plays better when he gets more. I do, and I think
he says he does.
Statistically, we can show it because we did. I think so. I agree that this team gives up too many shots. we've said that over and over again. That's not changing.
Nope.
Like, this is the team. This is the style they play. They chase the puck around. They're aggressive on the puck. They're going to give up opportunities and shots. That's not changing. They need to have better goaltending if they're going to compete in this games. And that's not knocking Veggie at all. He is, if I had to vote for MVP of the Coyotes today, I'm voting for Karel Vejmelka, not Clayton Keller.
Agreed.
So I'm not diminishing what he's done
We'll
at
get
all.
to that in a minute.
Yeah.
Sorry.
But sticking with this game before we talk about all the other things, Petey, your keys. Let's get into them. This is the one night you left Veggie off the keys, and he ended up being
well, Boogie. I had to put Boogie first, just because I don't know if you knew this, but he's from Minnesota, and I'm a homer. And
but not just because that.
He was on fire. Yeah. He scored goals in 3 straight games, and
I wrote about him.
He was the only guy that's being consistent. And when Craig wrote about him, then I don't think
wasn't
he
a walking
tonight.
and talking.
Odd man rushes. So I actually do, and I know it seems like I'm repetitive on these things, but I do some research, and I watch the Flyers. The Flyers are dangerous off the rush, and how many tonight off the rush? 3. Mm-hmm. I know one of them's on a power play rush, but still, this is a dangerous rush team, and I think they turned the puck over, and that caused them problems. That was bad. Start on time. Last game in the Eastern time zone.
That's crazy that they're already done in the East.
But they won the first period, and that's what you wanted them to do on the road. They won the first period, 1-0. And this is a team that when they win the first period, they win the game.
Yeah. Well, that was a good sigh for the chat.
That was a strong one.
Please count the sighs.
I know we need CWP to count. By the way, CWP, thank you.
Yeah.
We'll talk later about that.
Yeah.
CWP is money.
Yeah. Thank you.
So, speaking of that, can I say this on the Eastern Conference?
You're allowed to speak on Coyotes adjacent topics. Yes.
Okay, cool. Is that all? I'm limited to those? Okay. All right. Going into this game, which was the last game against the Eastern Conference, the Coyotes were actually a very respectable 6-8-1 in these games. And I had a feeling, for some reason, they were going to win this game. Would have been crazy to be talking about this team finishing its road schedule against the Eastern Conference, playing damn near 500 hockey. Yeah. It's not what you want.
No,
it's not what
for this team. It's not what you want.
The Eastern Conference is good.
Yeah, the Eastern Conference is the better of the two conferences.
Better than the West.
That has more. They have more of the stronger teams.
Yeah. But they are clearly sliding of late. We've talked about it. 11 straight road losses now, and a lot of these games. You remember the Edmonton game where they gave up 8. A lot of these games have been ugly. They have been a bad road team recently.
Yeah. Another tidbit though on the East. Remember last season when they were on that Eastern swing, and that was in that stretch of time where they kept winning games. Something about this team against the Eastern Conference.
They should probably move them to the Atlantic.
And they
division.
may. By the time this is all over,
we'd be fine with a lot of 4 and 5.
I feel like this makes geographical sense to have them in with Philadelphia and Pittsburgh.
Listen.
Well, buddy, I'm in.
Listen, why not?
Seriously?
I'm in. Well, buddy, look how the games would be at 5.
That's true. Like, I was looking at the schedule coming up.
And then they could switch the home games to 5 so they'd be in the
games.
Yes.
No more early starts.
I know.
Yep.
Did you see? Wait, I want you to bookmark Roaring Fork's comment there.
If I could read it,
the one about Cassian?
Yes. Because I think that's going to be an important topic later.
We'll come back to your comment, Roaring Fork.
Sorry.
About Cassian and Guenther. So thank you for that comment.
Craig will answer it, but he can't read because he's too bougie. He doesn't want to wear glasses because he doesn't want to obscure his look, the Craig Morgan look.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay, we've been very negative, so let's talk about
us.
There were some good things in this game. Michael Carcone back on the score sheet after not
scoring.
To set up
the king. I feel it coming. King of the game.
He's not the king of the game.
He's not the king though.
I know he's not.
Hayton, a point tonight. Great to see Hayton get some points. One of 2 points he had tonight. He also assisted.
Does he have 5 points in his last 4 games? Is that what it is? Something like that. Barrett Hayton, I think that's what it is.
He's definitely been picking up.
He's picking it up.
Yep.
And now it's just time to get him on a walking and talking so that he takes off. Completely.
Get some goals. When are we going to do that? They never skate.
You mean?
Yeah, they never.
On the delayed effect.
But Carcone's goal.
That was an unreal goal.
Really good offensive, skilled goal. And I want to talk about it because one of the things Carcone does here, and especially for a guy coming from the American League, and you talk about the speed of the game in the American League is much slower pace than this. Carcone, there was no hesitation. He's going to the net. There wasn't, I'm going to stop, pull up, and wait for somebody else, or I'm going to wait for a late man on the rush. I'm going for it. And that's hard to do. That takes guts at full speed to drive the net. So I thought that was not only showed what kind of a player Carcone is by driving the net, but what a skilled play with his hands to make that finish. That was a fantastic goal. I said this when he came up. He's got the skill level, and I think he has the work and the commitment to stay here and play on a 4th line role. I do. but he has to make them have a hard decision to send him down, and I think he's doing that. Now, do I still think he's the odd man out because you look at contracts and waivers and all those things? Yeah, he probably is. But make it hard for them to go, God, I really don't want to send Carconi down. And he's absolutely doing that here.
Yeah, absolutely. So good to see him get a goal tonight. And then Nick Ritchie, and it's funny because you felt like he was hungry for one tonight. Right out of the gate in this game, he had 2, big shots on net. You can tell he was hungry for one. He's someone who, at the start of the season, was like the Coyotes' best player for a good stretch, and then completely just quieted down. So I hope that tonight was the start for him to kind of get back on track. You can tell that he wanted one. And I was really, really happy that he scored for the Coyotes tonight. And he scored when it was still, like, the game was close.
It was still a game.
It was still a game. So
his 8th of the season, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he had more shot attempts than any other Coyote tonight with 5. I thought he was more involved offensively. And when he took that break and Andre put him up in the stands, I think it was slow getting him back in. He played fewer minutes those first few games back. I think he's starting to come back to being Nick Ritchie, and I will even go as far as I'm going to take him as an anytime goal scorer next against Chicago.
Ooh, okay, there you have it. And we wanted to reward Nick Ritchie for his efforts, and that is why he is tonight's DraftKings King of the Game. 1 goal, 2 shots, and how many shot attempts? 5 shot attempts. So, great game for Nick Ritchie. Hopefully this is the start of him getting back on track, and we want to crown him king because he had a better game than he's had as of late. It feels like
it feels like we need an even bigger crown for Nick Ritchie's head.
It does, but Emma did a great job placing the crown
placement. But he does have
That's
pretty
the big crown.
mouth.
But he has a very large head.
Yeah,
he's a large man.
Absolutely. So Nick Ritchie, anytime goal scorer.
Right.
Huh? Okay. Well,
heard it here first.
You heard it here first. And Petey's kind of been on a roll with the whole betting thing lately. So if you want to tail him, I would get on it.
Connect me anytime score, anyone?
Yeah, you had that tonight. We nailed the over in the DraftKings pick of the week yesterday for Canada USA.
Yep.
So Petey's hot. Ride the wave. Do that on the DraftKings Sportsbook app. And right now, if you sign up with the code PHNX and place a $5 pregame moneyline bet on any NBA team to win their game, you'll get $150 in free bets if they do. That's code PHNX only at DraftKings Sportsbook. Minimum age and eligibility restrictions apply. See show notes for details. What's everyone drinking right now? You're on the pumpkin in January.
That's a double pumpkin.
Okay, what is that? Like, how much more pumpkin-y is it than the regular?
You know what it is, Leah? It's double the pumpkin.
Seriously.
Oh, Emma's face. I'm dead. What do you got?
I mean, Kiltliffer.
Kiltliffer, duh. Peach, duh.
Easy.
By the way, I didn't even take this out of the fridge. Petey just said, "Oh, do you guys want beers?" And then I sat down, and the peach was
there because I know.
You do know.
I know Leah.
You do know.
I mean, you know.
What better way to celebrate Team Canada's victory, Team USA's bronze, Clayton Keller's All-Star nod, and Arizona Coyotes keeping the tank alive? I mean, it's a great celebratory beer, and we'll be sipping 4 Peaks next Friday. It's next Friday already.
Tea party.
A week and a day.
Inaugural PHNX tea party. This is going to be,
Do I have to golf though?
No.
Okay.
You do not have to golf.
I can though.
You can, and you know what?
I'm encouraged
It's not golf like you're going in golf carts and driving and moving. Like,
no.
If you've ever been to Top Golf, it's a bay
very
like that.
similar.
However, you're not just shooting at targets. You're actually playing like a course virtually.
Yeah.
Because my attention span is going to be very poor during that.
What do you think you're going to be doing when you're out
drinking?
Okay. Getting sloppy drunk like me.
Yeah. Okay, And if you guys come enjoy some brews with us and get sloppy drunk with us, responsibly, of course.
Yeah.
Have a designated driver and be 21 or older. But it's going to be a lot of It's 45.
Emma's driving us.
Are there heaters?
There's going to be heaters.
Okay.
Don't worry. I know it's a little chilly. There'll be heaters. There'll be hot chocolate. $45 per person. $36 per Diehards if you're a Diehard. So great time to become a Diehard. We're going to have a couple jumbo screens showing the Suns Timberwolves game.
Who?
Hopefully you mean the losing team in the
Suns,
Valley?
yeah. Who's they've lost more straight than the Yotes.
One game away from being a 500 team. Sorry, we're off the rails again.
No, you're fine. Mini games including cornhole, pickleball, and ping pong. I love pickleball. Contest entries including longest drive, putting challenges, highest score, etc. Food and drink available for purchase. There's also a kids clinic, so if you have young kids under 10, bring them because there's a free kids clinic for kids 10 and under. The Big Drive Energy, PHNX Suns crew will all be there. All your favorite PHNX personalities. We will be there, and free food samples and beer samples from Four Peaks. Most importantly, let me underline that.
Yep, beer samples.
Beer samples from Four Peaks and OGs. So everyone,
OGs will be out there?
OGs will be out there too.
Wow.
Oh, buddy.
Oh,
It's going to be a fun one. So join us
Boy, howdy.
Dangereux.
for the PHNX Tea Party
Ooh.
presented by Four Peaks at Dobson Ranch Golf Course, Friday the 13th. Check the link in the description right now
Such
to
good
reserve
luck.
your spot.
I like
Get
it.
those tickets.
Leah, can I add to that?
Yes.
Okay, so with the contest, we actually now have an app where we will be so everyone who's coming, and if you're participating in any of these contests, we'll show you how to use the app, but it's pretty much going to be like a leaderboard, so we can see who's in first, who's in second, who's in third, etc. All that kind of stuff. So we can keep track of everything. We're going to show you guys all how to use it.
That sounds amazing.
So much fun. Seriously, come out.
Anybody
get your
here
tickets.
competitive?
Petey, you want to steal a golf court? And just drive around that day?
Not after you've drank, though.
Well, I mean,
Drink responsibly, Craig. 21 and over.
I don't think they have golf carts.
I don't know.
There.
Yeah,
they don't have golf carts there?
I didn't see any when we
Dobson
went.
Ranch?
I'm not sure.
I'm pretty sure they do.
I'm not
We
sure.
can find one. We'll break into the shed.
Please don't incriminate yourself on the
No,
show right
that's
now.
not gonna
Yeah,
happen.
I'll be
Of
there.
course
I'm not saying, yeah.
We were obviously joking.
Craig and I have a feeling we'll be at the cornhole because you don't have to move. I guess you don't have to. Like, we just stand there.
You stand by the heater.
Yes.
Park
There you
yourself
go.
at a heater.
Pretty sure you're going to find Craig and I standing by the heater.
Yeah.
That's a fair assessment.
Yeah.
If you want to see Craig and I, we'll be by the heater.
We'll be the two guys in the cardigans.
Yeah,
And that's fair, too.
true. Charles says sign
I
number
know.
5,
We needed
I
a
think.
counter.
I know we need to get out the OG side counter. Anything else on this game? Let's
Good
tie.
Lord,
Let's just
no.
tie this game
No.
up so we can move on.
Well, we should talk about Ghost going back to Philadelphia.
Well, yeah.
Because you want that now, or
Yeah.
Okay, sure.
Go for it.
Sure.
No,
okay.
you go.
I'm okay.
Yep.
Still tied to the game. Shane Gostisbehere, where did he start his career? Philadelphia. That was the team they played tonight, by the way. Petey played the
I
Flyers.
didn't know that for the first 2 periods, but okay.
Yeah. Ghost, what do you make of what he's done in Arizona? Let me ask you this as a coach. What do you make of what he's done thus far? Basically, the Flyers wanted to dump his salary. They wanted him out. They didn't think he could be this again. That's for sure, because they would have kept him. And they said they wanted to improve the complexion of their blue line, make it a little harder to play against and more defensive minded. And then they went out and got Tony DeAngelo.
Yeah.
What?
More offensive defenseman on
Yeah,
that team,
who's a defensive
too.
liability.
Provorov, yeah.
Anyway, Shane Gostisbehere, 51 points last year. Before tonight, at least, he was on pace for 59 points, so an even better season. Look, nobody's going to say that Shane Gostisbehere is a great two-way defenseman. I think he's more responsible defensively than some people give him credit for. He'll make some mistakes with the puck because he has the puck so often, but he is producing at an incredible clip. I looked up the stats over the last 2 seasons for NHL defensemen since he came to Arizona. He's tied for 13th in points among the NHL defensemen over the past 2 seasons. That's elite company.
Yeah, it's impressive. And I think when Bill Armstrong acquired him and brings him into the Coyotes organization, I don't think this is where the expectations were.
No.
I mean, he's eating over 20 minutes a game. He's one of the top 2-minute guys on the back end. He's on the first power play. He is out there eating big minutes against good players, too. And that's the one that probably surprised me the most.
Yeah.
Because he is moderately defensively responsible. And you're talking about one thing that if you have to put a minus in the column, it's the turnovers. And the turnovers are because, to your point, he has the puck more.
Yeah.
Hard to turn the puck over if you don't have it. He has the puck more in the offensive zone, i.e. he turns the puck over more in the offensive zone than other players. This is not what anybody expected Shane Gostisbehere. Not the Flyers, not the Coyotes. They didn't expect this player. He has become quietly a leader of this veteran group here.
Andre made a point of saying that, too.
I don't know. I know you still want him to be a tradable asset. I'm just not sure how and when that happens. I don't know. Like right now, he's found a home and he's fitting here.
Yeah.
You know, we talk about the moving of Chychrun in an offensive defenseman. I think Chick is the wow pick. Is Gostisbehere on a really good team? Is he your 6?
I don't know, but wouldn't you want to have him on your power
I think
play?
you do.
On your
And
power-
I think you want him, especially because, if you want to make a big run in this playoffs, somebody's going to get hurt.
Yeah.
And Shane Gostisbehere can jump in a top pair. He can play 5-6 minutes. He can play anywhere. He can play on the power play. He can be an offensive guy. He can be on your second power play group. I think he can provide a lot of things to a team that really thinks that this might be their chance for that window closing, and he might fit in. I don't know where. I don't know what cap space is, so please.
What's he worth?
And that's the thing I was going to say. Because
Can he get you a third?
You don't think you can get him a second?
Because if they're only,
I think teams will be offering a third.
If
you can
they're
get him a
only going to trade him, like
Yeah.
let's just say they were only going to trade him for like a 4th or 5th round pick. At that point, is
No,
it
I
even?
wouldn't do it.
It's not even worth it at that point.
I agree.
Why not keep him here? Keep him as part of that leadership in the room, like you mentioned that he's providing that. This team isn't in win now mode. Like you said, he's happy here. I wouldn't mind seeing Ghost stay unless he can bring in a big return. And I know that's what we've been talking about him as, that piece.
Yeah, and I don't
want to
get crazy with what they could get for him, but could you get a second round pick?
If you get a second,
if he's on a 60-point pace,
if you take
as a defenseman,
if you can get a second for him, that's a trade you make.
Yeah,
I think, and I think that's a trade they will make. I think at the trade deadline, you'll have to. Is it a 3rd round pick? I think they'll do it for a 3rd.
I mean, it's still a valuable pick. A 3rd
Absolutely.
round pick. Yeah, top 3 rounds.
And especially the way Bill Armstrong has shown in the past to be able to pick guys out. I think a 3rd round is a good asset. I wouldn't go any farther than that.
No, I wouldn't.
If you have to go farther than that, you resign him. Then resign
him. Because I think at that point he provides more value.
Resign him. Yeah. I think you could resign him.
We could have more Frenchies on the show.
Yeah. We need to get his other 2 Frenchies in studio. Exactly. We only got one of the 3.
I don't even know if those Frenchies have moved to Arizona.
Neither
yet,
do I.
So.
We only got 1 of 3. And we have to congratulate Ghost because today was his 500th career NHL game in Philly. So that's
crazy how that works.
I was going to take him as an anytime scorer because of that, but I didn't.
I know. It's a good thing you didn't.
I know.
Because he wasn't. But
I
thought about
endings.
It
was a rough night for all those guys. Like we talked about Vejmelka. Clayton Keller was -3 tonight. Chikrin and Gostisbehere were -2 tonight. None of them had points. Boston Krause.
Yeah, and you look at that 5th goal, or I don't know if it's the 6th. I lost count, where Chikrin falls down and Gostisbehere gets beat behind the net. It was just ugly. And who are we kidding? This is okay to be ugly like this. It's okay. We still would like to, as fans, have them lose competitive close games where they're in it. They weren't in this one tonight. I know the first period was 1-0. Second period was just horrific. And it's usually the other way around where they start.
The second period was okay.
Slow, and the second's better, but
it was okay until the
penalty.
Yeah, because they were still in it for.
Look at Scott advertising. I like that. Scott White.
Thank you, Scott.
Thanks,
Scott.
Scott.
Only 16 but 53 people here. If you're watching us on YouTube, live or after the fact, hit the like button on this video. It helps us out immensely, and we appreciate all of your support. We also appreciate everybody in the chat. We see your comments, and please continue to count PD's sides so we can bring up
thanks CWP for counting.
The OG side counter. I know. I can always depend on Charles. Right now we're at 6.
Look at Emma.
I know.
Emma, you're elite.
I know. Sean's gonna
6. What's your record?
I don't know. Oh, no, it was infinity, remember?
No, wasn't it like 23, I think?
We did throw up the infinity symbol.
Yeah, we threw up the
infinity.
No,
we definitely have thrown up
the
infinities.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, but another achievement we need to highlight, of course, is our NHL All-Star, Clayton Keller. We if you missed, well, I guess now it's kind of outdated, but still interesting because we kind of talked about the arguments for every player. And Clayton Keller was the one that at the end of the show, we said, who do we want it to be and who do we think it should be? And I said, I think it's going to be Keller.
Yeah.
Like, he's just, if you poll a casual hockey fan around the NHL, who is the first person they're going to think of when they hear Arizona Coyotes? It's Clayton Keller. And it's not to say that he doesn't deserve it. He's having a solid season.
Point a game guy, leads the team in points.
It's a makeup of the rosters too, as we talked about on our show.
Yeah. So
it'll be 7.
And here's the problem with the East Coast bias and playing for a team that's not very good for several years. They don't know who the hell plays here. Like, nobody knows. Like, they know Clayton Keller is, and that's about it.
Doesn't seem to affect the Anaheim Ducks, though.
Because he does that fancy goal thing. How are they doing?
Yeah.
He's in the commercials. Chell?
Yeah. Good for Clayton Keller.
Bedard could end up there, too.
It is good for Clayton Keller, but honestly,
I don't want to see him in Anaheim.
We talked about this before. I would have liked to seen Clayton Keller get 3 days off.
Especially coming back off that injury.
Yes, I think
I always forget
and
about.
It's not like the All-Star game like last year was in Vegas. It's in Florida. That's a tough flight. It's a tough. I really would have liked to have seen Clayton Keller get 3 days of rest. I really would have. I think. Yeah, you talked about the injury and he wasn't able to work out and train over the summer. I really think this All-Star break would have been helpful to him. But there, I said it.
Yeah, agreed.
HK.
But congrats to Clayton Keller.
Does it get hot in here?
It does.
Yeah, it did.
The lights.
Emma turned up the heat.
Yeah. She's trying to sort us out so we finish the show faster.
Copy that.
No, but congrats to Clayton Keller, and it was funny. There were some comments like the Coyotes should just send Connor Bedard to the All-Star game, like as their representative.
One can only hope.
Seventh side.
I will say,
I joined you in that one. It was like
I will say,
no, we're at 8.
Oh,
oh
sorry,
wow.
my bad.
I like that Emma's also counting.
I'm bad at
I do appreciate that.
But I will say, I think the Coyotes have been watching the World Juniors and seen Connor Bedard and thought, maybe we should start losing games. I mean, that's absolutely not what they're thinking at all, but that's just what I like to imagine.
Cooperation from the other teams.
Somebody in the management office might be thinking that.
I mean, he might be the only one.
I'm just saying.
That's a little
Him
bit
and
different.
all of us here, yes. Because holy moly, CHO
Friend of the show,
Blackhawks.
Bill Armstrong, you talking about?
I'm just saying.
I think he's gonna be back on the show at some point soon.
He may, in very much sooner than you think as well.
Mm-hmm.
But CHO Blackhawks tweeted a Photoshop of Connor Bedard in a Chicago Blackhawks jersey, and I had a visceral reaction of feeling ill. I don't want that. I do not want that. I need the Coyotes to win the draft lottery. Please, or at least have it not be Chicago.
Gotta get a top 3 pick. That's all I'm saying.
Please.
Get a top 3 pick. Anna Fantilli, Leo Carlson, fine.
So
obviously we'd like Connor Bedard, but
we're probably gonna do some kind of a show around the ping pong ball drop.
we
Fair?
might.
Yes,
We might.
Are we bringing the tinfoil hats?
we might have to.
We should do whatever. Yeah, we should.
Because
Think
it's
of something.
statistically harder for a team never to have won or moved up in a draft. Correct? Like the odds of what the Coyotes have done over the last 20 years is nearly impossible.
It gets increasingly crazy when you look at those
The Coyotes
numbers.
are due.
The fact that they've never
Jesus.
moved up. Yeah, they've never moved
The
up.
Coyotes are due.
They've often fallen, and they've never
Please.
had a top 2 pick. We should bring everything. I mean, I'll bring a magnet. I don't know what you want to bring.
Well,
like
she can.
sticky
Leah can clear
fingers.
the room and bring her
We
crystal.
should
I'll
probably
bring
send all
sage.
of these gifts to
I'll
Bill
bring
Daly.
crystals.
Send a care package to Bill Daly. That's what we'll do.
It's not bribery.
Rick
it's just
Ryan's going to
kindness.
Vancouver.
It's just to give it as a suggestion.
It's not bribery. It's just
Right.
kindness.
And to Rick
okay.
Rick Ryan's point, and I saw somebody earlier in the chat said this too, the last generational talents, and if you can call Matthews generational or not, questionable, but you'd say
Hey.
McDavid and Matthews,
Blasphemer.
but both of them go to where are their teams located? Canada. Curious.
You know what?
Curiouser and curiouser.
Oh, Toronto's number 1. Yes, that's the year that the team with the worst record will, in fact, win the lottery.
The Coyotes
Somebody said.
have paid their dues to the country of Canada, and it happened tonight. With
Who had the number 1 pick last year?
the Montreal Canadiens. It really actually took me a second
You
to
guys
think
were
of
both
it.
literally there.
I thought you were going to
You guys were
finish it
both
yourself. I knew.
No, I'm
I
just
was
saying
there.
it's Canadian.
I knew, but I took like
Is there
my
is
brain just
if Vancouver's
crapped
name
out.
comes up?
Do you want me to reenact Shane Wright's the look on Shane Wright's face?
Do you want me to reenact Sean on our draft show? Oh my
I know.
God! Shane Wright is falling. Shane Wright might be an Arizona Coyote.
And he wasn't. But
Nope.
Sorry, audio listeners.
we
But
got
he
Logan
wasn't.
Cooley though. He
Yeah.
seems to be all right.
Yeah.
I guess my point is, you look at those, and it's somehow Canadian teams seem to win those. And if Vancouver does pull the lucky ping pong ball, buddy,
Stop it.
Another
Buddy.
Canadian team. Another
Buddy.
Canadian team. Come on.
Stop it.
just saying.
Well, you know who else is plummeting in the standings again? The Montreal Canadiens. So.
Stop it. You know
Okay,
what?
I'm
Anywho.
sorry. I'm
All
done.
I'm trying to say is that Dylan Guenther paid his dues to his country, and he won. He scored the overtime winning goal to win gold for Canada. Dylan Guenther did that.
That was
for
his
you,
payment.
Canada.
That was your
That
payment
was his
for
payment.
Connor Bedard.
You're welcome.
Now we
Canada.
get Connor Bedard.
Now give the Coyotes Bedard.
Yep.
Please.
There it is.
My goodness. What a performance from Dylan Guenther, not just tonight, but in this tournament. However, of course, the golden goal, it will go down in, Team Canada history as a memorable goal. But not only that, 2 goals for Guenther.
Yeah, and with his whole family in attendance.
With his whole family in attendance. We actually have a great photo that the family sent to Craig
Aw, look at
tonight.
that.
You got-
Nadine, Russ, and Nathan
Yeah.
all in attendance tonight to watch Dylan Guenther score 2 goals, including the rare and incredibly impressive golden goal.
That's something kids
The
in
golden
Canada
goal.
dream
You
about, by the
imagine
way.
the
that?
golden goal.
Imagine doing that.
And
golden
by the
goal.
way, Russ, I'm gonna send you a PHNX hat. Okay?
Yeah, we're not
Yeah,
going to comment on
Gonna
that.
have to lose that, buddy.
But Dylan Guenther, besides Bedard, I think he was one of Canada's
Well, and who
best
is the
players.
Americans' most valuable player?
Logan Cooley.
Somebody said.
And Logan Cooley, I know last night's game was a tough game, and we won't talk about it too much because that was kind of the conversation yesterday. He had a goal last night. He had a goal last night. He had a goal and an assist today. He made an impact in every game for Team USA. And at points, he was their best player on the ice, and he was noticeable. Drew penalties, scored goals, assist on goals, obviously. But it was a great tournament for Logan Cooley, and he's just behind Bedard in points in this tournament.
No doubt. No doubt. Nice to see that from Coyotes prospects.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
It is.
And
you can say what you want to, but teams want to see that.
prospects?
Management wants to see that. They want to see their guys doing well in this. Absolutely. It's important.
And both
And everybody wants to see Canada win.
including the refs, according
Including
to
the
Craig.
officials? Oh, did I say what? No. They were not Canadian officials.
But Dylan
Well
Guenther,
paid, but
Dylan Guenther and Logan Cooley finished the tournament tied for second in goals behind only Connor Bedard with 7
Nice.
apeace. So
gotta love that. So
Unreal.
3
put
Coyotes
the
there.
three of them together.
Exactly.
Move Logan Cooley to the wing. Boom. There you go.
There you have
What a
it.
line.
There you have it.
Can you imagine those 3 guys playing together? Oh,
Nasty.
the
Nasty.
skill.
I need it. I need it in my life. Please give it to me. I really do need that.
Aye.
Well, I hope to see that in person one day. And when the time comes, I'm gonna buy my tickets on Game Time for that one, because those tickets, it's gonna be the hottest ticket in town. Seeing those guys, the Suns are on the decline, the Cardinals are on the decline, Coyotes are on the up and up.
I'm trying to figure out what the name of that line would be. I can't come up with anything quickly, but I'll figure it out.
Chat, Discord, Twitter. Let us know.
Bedard, Cooley, Guenther. What's that line called? What are we calling
let
it?
us know.
Go.
Let us know. But Game Time, it's the best place to buy tickets for not only Coyotes games, but any sporting event, any concert, any show. And you actually save the most money when you buy your tickets last minute. So Sunday, if you wake up, think, I want to watch some hockey today. Go see Sidney Crosby and the Pittsburgh Penguins take on the Arizona Coyotes at Mullet. 3 home games next week. Check it out. The link is in the description and in the YouTube chat right now. That using that link is the best way to support us. So we would immensely appreciate it. We mentioned that there's going to be some OGs at the PHNX Tea Party. I really cannot wait to try this new flavor, the Happy Balance Ratio flavor, which Happy Balance sounds like a good flavor for us here.
Oh, yeah. I'm with Craig on this one. Happy what?
Strawberries and cream is the flavor.
Oh,
Okay.
well, you didn't say that.
That's because you guys were going,
Well, you said happy balance, isn't it? That's not a flavor.
Happy Balance Ratio flavor, strawberries and cream.
Well, strawberries and cream is the flavor.
I didn't hear the part after the colon.
And by the way, this
just
is
started thinking about my
when Sean
colon.
and I started losing it in the other show, when like Sean de Pomegranate.
That was good.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Sean de Pomegranate. That one.
So freaking funny. That was so good. So check out OGs. They have amazing flavors like the strawberries and cream, their new CBD THC Happy Balance flavor. And you can find them at your local dispensary. You must be 21 or older to enjoy, but check them out. Seriously, I saw someone in our postgame show the other night comment that they use the sleep gummies, and it really, really helps. So if you have trouble sleeping,
Don't do that while driving.
please, no.
Cooley,
please
Bedard,
enjoy.
Dylan, the CBD line to go with gummy. Just saying.
That's it. The CBD line.
Sponsored by OGs.
Sponsored by OGs.
That's
Oh,
perfect.
My
He
God.
nailed it.
And
The CBD
Can we
line.
pitch that to Max, please?
and then like how we're doing jersey ads and helmet ads. OGs, come on.
OGs.
Just
Buddy.
we might be
Well,
onto something.
Somebody
here.
said.
We might be onto something. I'm just saying. All right. Well, another thing we want to talk about, and I'm gonna throw it over to Craig because he knows more. He wrote about it today. It's the Desert Hockey Classic.
Huh? Oh, yeah.
And
ASU
who
is-
played in that tournament?
Oh,
in the
it's
last
too
few
bad
years?
DP's not
I know
here for
Jesus.
this.
He's listening.
Tage against the
somewhere.
machine.
Tage against the
Tage
machine.
Thompson was in the Desert Hockey
Is
Classic.
that a true story?
Among others.
Mhm.
It is a true story. Yeah. Fourth time that they've done this, that they had it, those first 2 seasons when ASU first went D1, they held one out at Gila. They went up to Prescott Valley for one of the
I
tournaments.
remember the one at
Neither one of those
at
worked
Gila-
out.
at
Greg,
Gila?
Greg Powers wasn't crazy about either of those. They came back to Gila after a 1-year hiatus. The crowds weren't good, and then COVID hit, and everything got delayed. But they're back. They're back. It's a 4-team tournament. It's Friday and Saturday. Michigan Tech, Boston University, and Air Force are the other teams. It's good college hockey. It's fun. I love watching tournaments like this.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
So get out and watch the Sun Devils if you get a chance. I'm not sure you can watch the Sun Devils, but maybe if you can find tickets anywhere, you'll find them on the
Check
Game Time app.
I think somebody in our Discord said that they got their tickets.
Okay,
on
because
Game Time.
Power said both of those games were sold out, but there might be some on the secondary market.
But I don't know if they were going to those, but I know somebody bought their tickets.
Yeah.
So definitely check that out. Good
funny anecdote that Greg Powers told me. I used it as the lead of my story today. He walked into the arena last Friday when they were starting the series against BC. Walks in, there's a Michigan Tech coach. It's like I thought I was having a senior moment. Like, wait, I thought we were playing BC. It's not the Desert Hockey Classic. Michigan Tech got here a week early. Why? Because the tournament's in Arizona, and every team wants to come to Arizona.
Is that a true story?
Yeah, they came a week early.
Wow.
Just started,
and it rained for them.
oh, but they're still loving it.
It's
The other two
still
teams
better
showed
than-
up on Tuesday for a tournament that starts on Friday. Everybody wants to come here.
Huh.
So it's like I asked him, how hard is it to? It's not hard.
To fill this tournament?
College teams are like, no, not them, us. We'll come.
Come
So,
out of Houghton.
I mean, you've seen how many different teams they've rolled through
Yeah,
here
it's cool.
in the 4 years, and it's going to keep. Harvard's going to be here next year,
That's
and I can't
awesome.
even remember if John Farinacci has another year of eligibility past this one. But if he does, he could be here.
Awesome.
Love it.
Yeah.
Great stuff. Yeah, and people want to come here, and they will when the Coyotes have their arena,
rink.
and they're good. Just saying. All right. I feel like we've gotten it all out of our. I feel better. I feel a lot more relaxed than
Yeah.
I did
That
before.
doesn't count. That's my side.
I gotta say, I was.
Oh,
Yeah, we
can
only
I-
count PD size. What?
Can I answer Michael's question?
Oh yeah.
What?
We need to come back to the comment.
Well,
Wait.
Michael, I want to talk about Michael Guenther, what
Oh,
socks
oh,
I got
oh,
on.
oh.
So I wore the Stars and Stripes for Team USA's
Yeah, bronze.
bronze medal.
Love it.
I was hoping it would be for a gold medal, Michael, but thanks for noticing.
Yeah.
Better than my thighs. Not my thighs, my calves. Sorry.
Yes. We haven't seen
Sorry.
your thighs yet, and hopefully
Sorry.
we don't get to that point.
No, I rarely wear pants on the home shows,
PD
but we
and
don't
short
go
shorts.
that far.
Okay.
No, I don't.
I
At the
wa-
home show, we're at my desk. I don't need
I
pants.
wanna make
You
sure-
can find those in the PHNX locker too. Daisy Dukes.
I want to make sure we
For
address
men.
Roaring Fork's comment that we did
Yes.
save at the start of the show.
Craig?
And their question is, does Cassian come out of the lineup when Guenther comes back? And does that happen on Tuesday? When does Guenther come back?
I don't know if he'll be back as soon as Tuesday. We'll see how much time they give him to celebrate this and rest. We'll see if they send him down on a conditioning stint to Tucson, which they could do as well. We'll see how that all plays out. I'm going to ask about that the next time I get a chance to talk to them about this. But listen, Zach Cassian's been in and out of the lineup a lot anyway. There's no delicate way to put this. Zach Cassian just hasn't been very good. He hasn't given him much. So I could see him coming out when Dylan Guenther finally comes back in the lineup.
Yeah, the big question there is going to be exactly what you said, is when will Dylan Guenther be ready and able to join this team? I mean, luckily the tournament's in North America, which helps. If it was in Europe, you got to add a couple more days on.
I mean, Air Canada, buddy.
I know. Yeah, it might take him time to
And
get here. But
Halifax is like an extra time zone.
yeah,
that
the
way.
time zone's away, and he played a lot of meaningful hockey over this span, and he played a lot of minutes during those games. So
Played back-to-back games. Yeah.
he needs a break.
Yeah, he
there's,
does.
There's no doubt. But I is Tuesday realistic? Today's Thursday. I don't know.
I'd almost give him a little break, then send him down a conditioning stint, and then get him back up.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
That's what I would do.
And we saw how the conditioning stint helped Shane Wright a lot.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I'm not against that at all.
Yeah,
So-
it'll be interesting to see what the plan is, and I know Craig will find it out for us as it progresses.
Yeah.
Somebody else asked if Cassian is tradable, and the answer is
Nope.
No.
Yeah.
That's it.
Well, let's take a look at the upcoming schedule for the Coyotes. Chicago, like we already talked about, big matchup tomorrow, must lose for the Coyotes. And then 3 games at home, Pittsburgh, San Jose, another must lose, Ottawa, future team of Jacob Chikrin, question mark. And then onward to Petey's
Yeah.
Minnesota.
Can I wait?
Minnesota.
Everybody should travel to all these games. Can I travel to a game?
Yeah.
Why didn't I put in for travel for that? Everybody else gets to. Yeah, Chicago's going to Paris,
Yeah. We went to
know.
Tucson.
I saw it.
and I drove and
saw
paid
it.
for my own gas, and they're
We're
going to
watching.
Paris.
We're watching where DNVR and CHGO get to go. Yep. I'm watching.
Every one of their shows went to Europe.
I'm watching.
Just saying. Somebody
hey,
said.
just saying, if the Coyotes
I
get
just
the
wanna go to
third
Minnesota.
overall pick and draft Leo Carlson, trip
Sweden.
to Sweden. Let's go.
Sweden, I'm in.
Yep.
I mean, that
We'll
would be a good
We'll
consolation.
stay at the
right?
Oliver Ekman
So
Larson
Minnesota.
compound.
Can I go to Minnesota then?
Sure.
Okay.
You want to go next Saturday? It's
No.
Saturday, January 14th
No.
in Minnesota in January?
No.
Not for you?
I'm good.
Nope.
Not for you?
Mhm.
All right. Well, that's what we got
I'll do it
coming
from
up.
here.
And then let's take a look at our punch card as well. Started
to
a
another
new
row.
line. New line on the
Wow.
punch card. That feels,
Fast approaching midseason.
it looks, you can literally see it. That's crazy.
It is. Yeah, we're moving through the season, and I am concerned about the Chicago Blackhawk game because that team sucks.
Yeah, they do.
They're bad. They're very
And I
bad.
can't believe I'm saying that with a team with Kane and Taves on it. Can't believe it.
That's what surprised me is with those two guys on the team, they've been this abjectly bad.
Yeah.
They've had horrible goaltending. Alex Stalock's been okay when he's played, but I didn't expect him to be this bad.
No, I didn't either. And we talked in the pregame show that there was no chance that this Coyote team would be better than Chicago. We did not expect the Coyotes to be this good, and we did not expect Chicago to be this bad. And now they're separated by what? 10 points? I don't know, 9, 10 points.
Talking about Chicago just added 2 more size to the PD stat counter.
It's easy to do.
Oh, man. Yeah. So a couple big games coming up, or that big game coming up tomorrow. But it's going to be an interesting stretch here for this team coming up, but we got you covered. Don't worry about it. And if you want to read all the great coverage, you can do so at gophnx.com. Most of the stories free and unlocked. However, there are some premium diehard level stories as well. Totally worth becoming a diehard to access, and becoming a diehard gets you a ton more. 20% off merchandise, 20% off events, members only merchandise, access to our diehard Discord as well. Just a ton of perks to being a diehard over at gophnx.com. So check out gophnx.com/diehard to join the family. What do you got on the horizon, Craig?
Right. He and I might be collaborating on something.
Those stories are always amazing.
Let's keep those a secret. It's a secret.
They're just, they're a lot of work though.
But lots of good stuff from Craig this week as well. So go head over.
And if it happens in Arizona Coyote hockey, it'll happen on Craig Morgan's watch, or when he's on vacation.
Absolutely.
That
doesn't count toward the side counter.
No.
But Craig is making a case for himself. We got 12 PD size already. This is a good.
It was a 12 size show. I will say that. Take the over 10. This was an over 10 show.
Yeah, definitely agree. Well, PD, if you need to put yourself in a good mood, I have a suggestion.
Okay, I'm listening.
Octane Raceway and Mavericks.
That would do it.
I can't think of something better to get you in a good mood, especially in the midst of all of these games. Take your mind off of hockey. Head on over to Octane Raceway and Mavericks. It's so much freaking fun. We've been out there. We've been to both Octane Raceway and Mavericks. They're right next to each other. You can do both at the same time. Arcade, go-kart track, bowling, multiple bars, laser tag. Like, I can't. And not only do they have all that, the food there is amazing. They have 4 Peaks on tap. Ooh. I just.
Do you want to know a true story that no one? I mean, you don't want to hear. I'm going to tell you anyway. No one gives a shit.
Go.
I had a dream that I was driving those cars at Octane.
No way.
I swear to God, this week I did. I swear to God,
we'll dive into that on the next page.
I dream that Alex Ovechkin's calling me on the phone.
And you don't know Leah didn't drive. Craig did. They're faster than you think they would be. I'm just telling you. And I did drive one of my dreams this week. So,
do you remember what place you were in?
First,
buddy. If it's a dream,
his first.
But I win.
He remembers looking back at the field.
No, I remember it was fast. It was scarier than I thought it was because it was faster than I thought it was. It's really cool.
Oh
okay, sorry.
Gosh.
I know no one cares.
All right, get us out of here.
And if you want to go tomorrow, Friday night rotating drink specials 8 to 10, and then Saturday and Sunday 50% off signature bowling before noon. You've seen the fun our crew has had at Octane Raceway and Mavericks. Come check it out for yourself. All right, what a night! What a night!
Golden
so
goal.
So much happened.
Pretty cool.
Leah's out of gas.
It's pretty cool too.
She was literally jumping up and down.
You guys, I was ill. I was nauseous.
We thought Leah was going to throw up.
I thought so too.
When that game went to OT.
I really did. Any just final thoughts on the night, either the game, the gold medal game, the bronze medal, anything. Just
does the road streak, losing streak, end tomorrow in Chicago?
Oof.
No. Nope. I think they lose in Chicago.
You think?
Yep. I'm calling it.
I do too. They're going to get in later tonight. It's a tough trip.
It's not a short trip either, by the way. Philly to Chicago is not exactly the ideal back-to-back.
And I know Veggie hasn't been great, but Ingram hasn't necessarily had
he hasn't had any run support. He's played in tough games, and this is another tough game to throw him into.
Yes.
Yeah. So we'll see.
The losing streak may continue.
We'll
see.
You
know who's going to talk about it?
Us.
Yeah.
Tomorrow, PHNX Sports YouTube channel.
Why don't we just bring sleeping bags here?
I know. We don't even need them. We just go in the more furniture recliners.
Why didn't I plan ahead?
Sleep so well in that thing. I promise. We'll be here. I promise. Everybody subscribe to the PHNX Sports YouTube channel. Hit that notification bell so you never miss when we go live. Also, subscribe wherever you get your podcasts so you never miss our audio episodes, and leave us a review there. It helps us out immensely as well. And like PD said, if you never want to miss anything Coyotes, follow Craig on Twitter at Craig S. Morgan. You can follow me at Leah Merrill. Follow Petey at S. Peters Hockey. Emma, what's your at? I'm like so off practice here.
I know it's at Emma Ann Clark, I think, on Twitter.
Okay, Ann, like
my middle name.
Okay,
yeah,
Emma Ann Clark. There you go.
Got
Give
it.
her a follow. Give her a follow on Twitter, and of course you can follow PHNX Coyotes at PHNX_Coyotes on Twitter. Thank you guys all for watching. What?
I just want to say thanks to CWP. If you know, you know.
If you know,
That's
you
it.
know. Yeah, and
We saw.
Yeah, we
You
saw,
saw.
and everyone else will see very soon.
Soon.
Maybe tomorrow.
Maybe.
Or maybe
when they play.
Maybe when they play.
Maybe a week.
Maybe.
Okay.
Yeah, we saw that one on the calendar. Thank you all so much for watching. We appreciate you immensely, and enjoy the rest of your night, everyone. We'll be right back here tomorrow. See you guys.